All right. So technically we're live, but the people can't see us yet
Because
you
you
have
haven't
you
clicked.
because you have a surprise you want to show everybody.
Oh, can they hear us?
They can hear us, but
They
they
can
can't
hear
see
us. Hi,
us.
everybody. Hi,
So
everybody.
are you ready for the surprise, Dana?
I don't know. Do you think they're ready?
Well, let's find out. Are you ready?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Here we
here we
go.
go. Here's the
Here we
surprise. Look at
go.
Oh my God, what happened?
Hi. So now we have to wait 30 seconds to see.
To see the
Um,
reactions.
Actually, no. You can probably see it before then as people start leaving the stream. They're like, "What?
Now that's
What?"
not no.
Although I will say people have like have been really generous in what they're saying. They're like, yes, a professorship. I'm like, oh wow, no, that was not it. Yes, yes, new hairdo. And man, that first oh wow, thank you everybody. Oh, I'm blushing. My face is turning very pink. That is really cool. So thank you everybody. Yeah, so this is change. This is a big one. this is a very different look, let's say.
Do you want to tell everybody the
Do,
story behind it
do you
now,
think
or
do
do
you
you
think
want
what do you think? I trust your judgment. You are, after all, you are the professional YouTuber.
I am a professional YouTuber. Um
It is
well,
my
no,
hair.
do you want to cuz we have something in addition to watching the movie together and playing Wordle, we have something to show
Yes,
everybody.
yes, we have a video.
Right.
Um,
So, do you want to do that at the beginning, or
well, I asked you because you're what you think.
why don't we do it at the beginning, because we usually do our
That's
banter and
true.
such. So, yeah.
Cutie flutie. No, actually, it's not any lighter.
How
Not
is that
any lighter
possible?
at all, because it's a wig. So the reason that I wore this and what we're going to show at the end is a short that I did with this. I am participating this year. I'm participating in the Relay for Life in our county, and thanks everybody. So this actually, so the Relay for Life supports, raises money for the American Cancer Society, and this is the wig that was given to me by the American Cancer Society. So that's why I wore this one. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in '99, and then again more recently in 2010. That's like um so yeah, it amused me that people mentioned, a lot of people mentioned hairstyle, but there were a couple that mentioned a cut. So it's, yeah, this particular wig was just a donation. Like, we literally, they had a box and you could choose it. I'm like, I'll go this one. And very different from my typical style, but I think it works. And so anyway, so I
Yeah,
made
you
the
look great.
short. Thank you. um so so I did a video about, raising money for the American Cancer Society, because a lot of people know that the American Cancer Society supports cancer research, like into treatments and cures and stuff. Um, but like this, obviously the wig was donated, and then also the American Cancer Society provided a workshop, kind of. Gosh, it's been so long that I don't remember. It was like, beautiful inside and out, or look. No, it was, I think it was called Look Good, Feel Good, and that pizza. But the idea was, like, they provided makeup, and then there was a stylist who came, and they had different kinds of products, especially a lot of them were for sensitive skin, because you can, things that chemo treatments target things that grow. And so like your skin can become much more sensitive. It's also why your hair
Yeah.
falls out. Um, so and they also provide a number of other things. Like we didn't apply for it, but they had like gas cards. So if you needed support getting to your treatments and stuff, if
Right.
financially,
It's sort of
yeah, like
broad
all sorts of stuff.
support for, yeah.
And there are like support groups for caregivers as well. So it really does a lot. And and then of course, I know people who have had cancer. Actually, Cutie Flutie, I do. I have this one, and I chose this one because this is my American Cancer Society wig, but I also have some that I just got from different places. I have, and so I had long hair at the time when I was diagnosed because I'm lazy and I don't get my hair cut. I just, I just go with it. And one of the things that the wig stylist talked about was that getting a wig that will replace your natural hair is going to be really expensive because like long hair in a wig, plus it's also a challenge to maintain. And I was like, are you kidding? This is like the perfect chance to try out different colors. I don't have to worry about
different
dyeing
styles,
my hair, because if I try on a wig and I'm like, yeah, that color sucks, then I just don't wear that wig anymore. So I have
try a different wig. Yeah.
I have another one that is short and it's curled and it's more like a strawberry blonde. And then I have one that is like an auburn and it's the Dowsassoon bob, and I think I usually part it on the side. And then I've got one that's about shoulder length and it's kind of like Belle with her hair down, but just a little bit past shoulder length, and it's got little waves at the end. And then I've got one that's about to my mid back and it's a very dark brown. It looks black, but it's not actually black, it's a dark brown. And then I've got one that's just sort of like sort of a mod one that goes flipped up there and it is bright purple. So yeah, all different kinds of stuff. And so I would just wear different ones to school. And I was pretty, obviously, I got my hair cut early on before I started chemo because I also got it. I got highlights in it before I started. So I got I got bangs and I got a little short bob. David C. Drake, most recently, so in both cases, it was breast cancer. When I was first diagnosed, it was ductal carcinoma in situ, which is like teeny tiny stuff, and there's no actual lump. And then the second time, it was actually a recurrence of that, and I did have a lump. And the first time I just had surgery that took care of. We thought it took care of everything, but I mean it was gone for a long time. And then the second time there was a lump, and so I had surgery, and then after all that healed, then I got to do chemotherapy, and then after all that got taken care of, then I got radiation. And let me tell you, it just takes longer. Like everything always takes longer than I think it should. That's like a thing with me. Because I was like, okay, I was diagnosed in like June, and then I was like, okay, so we'll have the surgery July, and then I'll start chemo in August. And I think I had to have 6 weeks of chemo. So I'm like, okay, so like October-ish, then I can start the radiation and I'll be done by Christmas. That was
not so much.
No. Yeah.
And just to anybody who's coming in and coming in late on this conversation, this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That you were diagnosed. You're not. Yeah, this isn't a current situation. You're fine now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's HB Haga, I think possibly one of the things that maybe made it less traumatic, because I did have and when my hair grew back this time, it's not as thick as it used to be. Like, I mean, Steve, you remember, like it was just like ridiculous, like Hermione with the wig level of thick.
Definitely.
It was huge. And but at one point, I don't remember if it was when I was in college or shortly after. I was at home, and it was with my family, and it was Sunday morning before church, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to cut my hair. And I did, and it was about this short, and it had been about as long as it was before. And I cut it, and it framed my face, pretty much like this. And then I realized that I couldn't see the back and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I went over and I knocked on my brother's door. I'm like, get the clippers. You got to do the back. He's like, and he said,
Had to
I'm
call in
supposed to.
reinforcements.
I did. Yeah, like a thick milkshake a milkshake that needs a spoon thick. So yeah, he's like, I'm supposed to teach Sunday school. I'm like, call somebody else. I'm like, I can't go to church like this. And he's like, okay. So then there you go. And it was poopier than this. But yeah, everything is just, I'm not even actually wearing a wig cap. I just coiled stuff up. I pulled it back from the front and I attached it with just like clips. And then I put it back into 2 ponytails and then rolled it up, put a barrette in, and then coiled it around, clipped it some more, and then yanked that sucker on. So there you go.
So there's a link in the description of what you're watching right now that goes to Dana's Relay for Life page, if anybody's interested in donating or finding out more. And did you want to wait until the end to show everybody the short, or did you want to do that now?
Well, it's short, so let's just go ahead and knock that sucker out.
All right. So Dana also produced a 1-minute short for her YouTube channel that's going to be up on her channel later tonight. But she asked if we could premiere it to all of you right now as part of the live stream. So why don't we do that?
Let's go for it.
All right. And Dana, unfortunately, because of our setup, you won't be able to see this or hear this, but you'll just have to trust that everybody else can.
And the thing is, Steve, I've already seen it.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I've seen
and also
part of it. Actually, okay. I didn't watch the whole thing.
And also the audio for you speaking live and the audio for the short is on the same channel. So while I'm playing the short, I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up.
I'll do my best. No promises.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'm gonna try.
Check out the short, everybody.
Hey, I'm Miss Cole. Those of you who know me might think, no, you're not. The reason I look like this is that I'm participating in my local Relay for Life. This is an event that raises money for the American Cancer Society, and that's why I look like this. This is a wig that was donated to me when I was a cancer patient by the American Cancer Society. A lot of people know that they raise money to support research into treatments and cures, but they also provide programs that help cancer patients as well as their caregivers. So if you have the opportunity, please click the link in the video description and you can donate to our Relay for Life. I also have a link to the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life, and you can look and see if there is a Relay for Life in your area and you can participate in your own community. Thanks. Bye.
All done? There we go.
Oh my God, that was the longest minute of my life.
Wow. Have you ever gone, other than when you're asleep, have you ever gone that long without speaking?
Yes. In the bathtub.
Well, there we have it. Well, yeah. So there we go, and that'll be on your channel after our show is over tonight. And so if anybody is curious, they can find out more information there, and also they can, like I said, click the link down below in the description of this live stream, and that will take them to your Relay for Life page. So there we go.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't come back again. I think I've done the math. I think at this point I am now cancer-free longer than I was
when
it
came back
the first time.
The last interval. Yeah.
And Kara, yeah, that's something that it's hard that you don't really think about losing your eyebrows, and that's something that I think about a lot because I follow Brainy, she's in the house, right?
Ayanna Presley.
And she's got alopecia areata, which means like that affects like all of your body hair. It's not the traction alopecia, and like I can tell because I've done my own eyebrows. But like if you look at pictures of her, plus also, I mean, like you can tell those are some really impressive eyelashes. Like they're very full. So yeah, she's, she draws her eyebrow, and I still do that. Like my hair, like my eyebrows are really fine and really thin.
Yeah.
Since my hair came back in. So yeah. Yep, I'm okay.
Dana's fine. Dana's
I'm
fine.
fine as far as the cancer stuff. Now, as far as like
you have other problems that are not related to the wig or to the Relay for Life.
Yes, like I get really upset when I forget something or I lose something. Like I couldn't find this wig. Like I found some of my other ones, but this one and the long dark one, I'm like, it's like it's not a big deal, but I'm like, I thought I knew exactly where they were, and all the other wigs were there, and the red one and the brown one and they were there, and this one wasn't. I'm just like, but, and that's really that's something that just really bothers me. Oh no, Kara, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm Miss Cole. You failed your English exam, like. She introduced.
How many times have you said that?
I don't think I've ever said that.
You failed your English exam.
Like when I introduce myself to somebody, it's before they take it. Like I can't make that make sense to me. Like why I would introduce, unless now I can see that. If I was tutoring. Like somebody came to me, like they weren't my student, they failed their English exam, right. And they were coming to me for tutoring. Okay.
And you said you have failed.
So yeah. Snake Bit Cat, good effort. But you draw on eyeliner. Eyelashes usually get glued on, not so much drawn on. But yeah, go. I'm sorry. Steve will tell you I do that all the heckin' time.
You precision matters, as you often say.
Matters, as I
and
say so
demonstrate constantly
all the time.
we were talking on the phone earlier how, because Dana, one of the things that Dana will often do in our conversations is I will make a joke that I just thought of like 2 seconds before. Okay, I'll make a joke about something that I thought of like 2 seconds before, and Dana will immediately deconstruct it and point out all the things that are wrong with it from a technical, like if I make a reference to something but the reference isn't a perfect parallel to what we're talking about, then she'll be like, oh no, that doesn't work because XYZ. She'll critique it. And so I think I said today, the problem is that I don't usually have time to Dana proof my jokes before I say them. Because otherwise it's like it would just completely stop the flow of the conversation. So
I'm a 2%. I'm in that 2% because that's what I had. Yep. So
255 AD to drag us to a radically different subject. 255 AD has an observation about the last episode of Star Trek Picard, that Jason and I did not mention in our review of it, which is the idea that, well, not the last one, the previous one. The last one comes out this week, but our most recent review, the idea that every ship in the fleet would be present at that ceremony is silly. Like the Federation's default military, none of them had duty they couldn't be pulled away from. And you know what's hilarious about that is it's the opposite of what the problem is in every other Star Trek story, which is that there are never any ships around. And that's why the Enterprise always has to do whatever the mission is, because I'm sorry, Jim, I know we promised you shore leave for you and your crew, but you're the only ship in the area. It's always, they never have ships. And now the problem is, every ship is in the same place. So, yeah.
Man.
Speaking of Star Trek, I mean, I know we're watching Poirot tonight, not Star Trek. But speaking of Star Trek, Dana, I don't think I told you this. They released a teaser for the new season of Strange New Worlds. And there's Klingons in it!
Aw, Steve! You're such a cute little nerd.
And they are gonna bring the Kling this season on Strange New Worlds. They're gonna bring the Kling. So I am excited about that.
I'm so glad you're excited. I'm so glad you're looking forward to it. And
I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Well, Snake Bit Cat, I'm glad you are recovering. I hope you're resting appropriately because let me tell you, running an RPG session, that is work. And they don't pay you. They do not pay you. If you're lucky, they'll give you pizza. Ooh, there's gonna be
HB
proper
Haggett,
Klingons.
proper Klingons. I mean, the thing I liked about it is because actually it's funny. Like I mentioned, because the video I put up today is about Klingons, is about the Klingons on Deep Space
Yes.
Nine. And I actually there's a joke at the beginning of it where I say, they should have Klingons on Strange New Worlds. And then lo and behold, by sheer coincidence, they reveal that there's going to be a Klingon character or Klingon characters in Strange New Worlds this season. Um, but yeah, someone said, because after I mentioned that in the video, and someone left a comment and said, well, I wonder if maybe the reason why the Strange New Worlds producers have shied away from Klingons so far is because they're not sure how to make them look. Because should they make them look the way Klingons looked in the original Star Trek, where it's just makeup and no forehead gimmick, or will they make them look like they looked in Discovery, where they had a really, really heavy makeup, and they forgot the third option.
Smooth foreheads and gold lame, or dark skin and lobster heads. And there's
Exactly.
a third option?
The third option is, which is what they did, which is it's their show. Make the Klingons look however the fuck you want them to look. And that's what they did. It looks mostly like they looked in like the movies and TNG, with like long hair and forehead, ridges. But it also looks a little bit like it looked in the early, like in the first Star Trek movie, where the ridges are very straight across the forehead. It's not quite the same. It's not quite alike with any of the previous designs. It's roughly similar to the movie TNG era character design, but it's not exactly that. Which is what, like I always say, if I don't expect, and actually I prefer it if each individual show is a little different. Even though it's all in the same fictional universe, it's like let the people making this show make their show. Yeah. So I was, and I mean, the other thing is like you literally see like one guy for a split second because it's a trailer. It's not like, you see Spock. Apparently Spock is going to have drinks with Klingons at some point during the season because it's Spock with like a big mug or something. And he's like having a drink with a Klingon dude. So yeah. 255 AD, it was mostly AI generated. Yes. Most of the face was AI generated. And the forehead ridges were not. The forehead ridges I actually photoshopped those in because I couldn't get the AI to make like a Klingon with forehead ridges. So I just had him make like a dude who kind of looked like a Klingon. Then I photoshopped a forehead onto him. That's how that was done.
Snake Bit Cat. Yeah, I did look into Die the RPG, the information you sent, and you'd have to have players who were really invested in it because otherwise it wouldn't work. And then, I mean, because they'd have to be open about the things that they're that make them uncomfortable, and they'd also have to be willing to play with that, and that can be really challenging because those are not playthings. So it can be, and it can be challenging to set that up in a way that is suspenseful and draws people in. It's dramatic, but is also enjoyable. I mean, that's definitely a challenge. So.
Okay, so we should probably. I mean, you're talking about RPGs now, so we should. We should probably watch the Poirot episode before I lose my will to live.
I think seeing you die on screen would, generate a lot of interest.
255 AD. Yes, apparently the AI I used was a TOS fan.
You could like melt into a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
That's a D&D monster, Steve.
I'm so well. Do you know how full my life was right up until the moment that I knew that?
Not as full as it is now.
I feel like it was fuller. I feel like I feel like even though I know logically I know that I just learned a thing. I feel like I actually know less now that I know that. Yes. What are you? What are you wildly gesticulating about?
It's like a dependent clause. So you take an independent clause, which can be a simple sentence and can stand on its own, and you add a subordinate conjunction at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it can no longer stand alone. It has become less by adding more.
See, I love when you talk about English.
Well, are you healed? Can we move on?
Yes, the English talk, I think, revived me.
All right.
Okay, so let me get the time code up here. So everybody, it's in the pinned chat message if you want to check that if you haven't done so already. But we are watching Agatha Christie's Poirot. It is series 1, episode 9, The King of Clubs. And Dana and I are watching the version that is available for free on YouTube if you would like to watch along with us and watch the exact same version that we're watching so that everybody can be synced up perfectly or as perfectly as can be. That would be great. Just make sure that if you're watching it on YouTube and you are not a YouTube premium member, that you have an ad blocker enabled that works on YouTube, so that we don't get interrupted by ads, because Dana and I will not be we will not be watching ads. We will be watching it straight through. So if you watch and you get an ad, it will throw off the sync, and you'll have to hurry up and catch up.
And turn the
The
water
time
off.
code, yeah, the time code up there will help you stay synced up if you do need to catch back up for whatever reason. So, Dana, are you ready to watch
Yes!
Poirot? Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot. Okay, here we go. And I will count this in from 3 like I always do. I'll say 3, 2, 1, play. And then we all hit play when I say play.
Woo!
Here we go. You ready, Dana?
I am so ready.
All right, everybody, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh no! I just don't like
our favorite opening credits.
I love the music. I just don't like the weird purple thingies.
The weird purple thingies.
The weird purple, not exactly triangles. The floating angles. Like I'm almost like purple is the best color, so I'm almost
the shapes
like insulted by the fact that they make them purple. But then they go away and we get the train. Yay!
You take it personally. And I love a train.
I do know that.
I do love me a train. In fact, every episode of this could take place on a train, and I wouldn't mind at all. They could just restage all of these stories so that they take place on trains. I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, here I am, for real in the desert. Yeah, I assumed it was a set, but I didn't see the matte painting coming. That was a cool reveal. He's an actor's director.
Clearly. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that was really, I mean, it was really fun to see sort of all the, you know,
So Poirot is like a Thermian. He considers acting a form of lying. $255.80, quite a few. Quite a few. I guess he got the news.
Wonder who the murder victim's going to be.
Gee, I don't know. I don't even have a guess. HB Haggett, exactly. Oh, 255 AD. I said a lot. A lot of actors had their careers destroyed by the introduction of sound. Yeah, quite a few. I can't tell if he's supposed to be on to be based on anyone in particular or not. The characterization is a
Well,
little
also,
bit like, yeah.
I mean, it's based on one of Christie's stories, and I don't know
Well, and
how, yeah, familiar
yeah,
she
I
was with
mean,
individual directors.
his characterization reminds me a little tiny bit of Eric von Stroheim, but I don't remember von Stroheim ever being known as a casting couch guy. I mean, he may have been, and I just don't know. But in terms of his personality, the major director of that period that I would assume he's based on is von Stroheim, but I don't know. Three Bob Love, please.
Kara, no, he was saying the wild demon that lives inside of all women. They cannot control it. He was referring to women as having a wild demon inside of them that, impassioned. Oh yeah, Kara, absolutely not any better, but just that was where the abuse was pointing. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, 255 AD. He does, doesn't he? He looks very peaceful when he sleeps.
Mr. I love the ants almost. That is the prince's room.
The princess room.
Why is the fountain green?
That's how he likes it.
I guess. Maybe it's for money.
Exactly. It's Kool-Aid. And it's the best kind of Kool-Aid, lime Kool-Aid.
I prefer blue raspberry, but
Lime
I'm
Kool-Aid,
fancy.
the best kind. I'll open the door to the library if you don't mind. Who would have wanted to hurt him?
Kara, I mean, I don't know that we've been told that he's Arabic officially.
Yes, Jason, lime Kool-Aid is the best kind. Yes.
He's so
Holy
pretty.
shit, that is Sean Pertwee. I didn't even notice that. Oh my god, he's so young. Good catch, Philip. I didn't even catch that. Little baby Sean Pertwee.
Snakebit cat, that's good. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
That's funny. I liked it.
No.
No. I think you need to hose those steps down every once in a while, Jeeves.
He is responsible for the interior.
Snitch.
Hmm. Oh, that's sarcasm.
I love the completely unwarranted confidence that Jap always has. He's always like, "Oh, I've got this one solved without you, Poirot." And it's like that never
Every
turns out to be what it is, but he always is like, "Well, no need for you, old boy." Every single time.
every single time. Just a few. I do not like the English weather. It is wet. It is cold. I do not like it.
No, no, no.
Kara, I don't know that an accident would invalidate the life. I mean, if the policy was set up that way.
Right. He specifically had murder insurance.
Pizza. What's on your pizza? Or what was on your pizza?
It's my usual margarita pizza. And Kara, I don't blame him. If I was a character in this show, the first thing I would do is get murder insurance. It's just sensible.
Well, except then, the people who would benefit from it might murder you.
I would take out murder insurance on the other characters.
Kara? Mardi Gras snowballs, apparently, as she said, the police told them not to move anything. So.
No, I'm afraid you do. What was he after?
Why are we assuming the person didn't see her?
Indeed.
Or, I mean. Well, cutie flutie, maybe Kara meant that the spaghetti bolognese was boring.
Hastings, are you going to play or not?
He said, I'm such an idiot. I love when she uses bridge because it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like I understand the principle of the game, and and she explains it in such a way that it makes sense, but I can never figure it out. I'm like, oh, it's a bridge thing. Okay, fine.
You're right there. I'm right there with you. I've actually had it explained to me multiple times, and I'm still like, whatever. I don't.
I ain't the cops.
Do I look like a cop?
Snake Pit Cat Basic is different from boring or bad.
Oui, oui. Oh,
There you go, Hastings. There's your line. Oh, that's not fun.
I just had to cut the dead weight.
No. Besides, we know you like the fancy cars.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at those mud flaps. Especially missing the king. kidding. You burn that shit. Ugh. The nature, I do not like it.
Uh, the
Oh.
unshakable confidence of a guy
Oh.
who gets nothing but L's his entire life.
That's
And
not
he's
true.
still
In
like-
all the cases that Poirot's not in, you know.
Oh, sure.
I mean, not necessarily all of them, but I mean, he's kept his job for this long. If he's
I'm just
never
saying.
getting anything right.
He puts up a lot of L's.
Well, he also listens to Poirot.
Well,
Mm-hmm. You can make a case for murder there. Because, I mean, the hit is what made him fall backwards.
right.
Not premeditated, but, I mean... to the cops. You mean, Poirot, you mean you couldn't figure it out?
The important thing is Poirot knows.
Uh-huh.
Da, 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 da.
So good. So I guess I do know a little bit about bridge. I know that like spades, which is a much more modern version of it, it is a partnered bidding game. So it's played in fours and you have a partner who's across the table from you. And so so you play in rounds, and the objective is to, I don't know if it's to get to win as many rounds as possible. I think in spades, you say, I'm going to win this many hands. And you need to win that many hands or more. So you like look at your cards and then you say, this is how many hands I think I can win. And so each person puts a card down, and the highest card takes the hand. That person wins it. And then you do the same with the cards that you have left. So the strategy is you don't want to necessarily use your best card first, because it's based on the number of hands you think you can win. And then you also have to think about what cards your partner might have. And, sort of, yeah. So it's hard. But then, of course, the king being one of the high cards, and especially with any of the cards, you notice after going around, you're like, wait, one of the cards is missing. Because you've got 4 players. So everything, you should notice it when you deal. Somebody's short a card.
Somebody should have fewer cards, yeah.
Somebody should have 1 card less. And so, but especially with it being a king, which is going to be one of the higher cards, which will let you win a hand, yeah. So that's the basic stuff.
I still don't get it.
The objective is to win, Steve. There you go.
Well, okay. Well, oh, why didn't anybody tell me that before?
So like a king beats a queen, etc. And then each suit is ranked. So like, spades might be trump suit, and then hearts are less than spades. So a two of spades might beat a king of hearts. So you just want to have higher cards.
255 AD, I see what you mean, but I mean, remember, Poirot is not perfectly enlightened, you know what I mean? Like, and actually, like, prejudice against Roma people is, I mean, that, like, the G word was still commonly used as recently as like 10 or 15 years ago. And some people still use it frequently and aren't self-conscious about it. So, I mean, that's like a form of discrimination that, I mean, back in the 30s when this story takes place, and even in the late 80s when it was made, like that just people didn't think anything of it,
Oh, Kirok, thank you. It's not going to last. So I think there's a difference between Europe and America. Like, and I mean, I may just be totally wrong in this, but that as a slur is something that was sort of inherited from European use, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like calling somebody now in its use as a verb is slur adjacent, I would say. Effectively, saying that you got, cheated.
You got ripped off. Yeah.
Ripped off. Yeah. Yes. That is it. But I mean, in America, the general understanding is that, it's a people who are, not just travelers, transient.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's that pretty much is a
Wanderers.
synonym, synonym for like hobos. And so, well, 255 AD. The other thing is they may have been, and they were just called in the story. They were just called gypsies because, well, you don't have a house, you're not renting a place,
Right.
therefore, and then people just didn't care. So, and at the end, Poirot does say, "I believe the trail has gone cold," which indicates that the case is closed. They've let go of it and don't know what happened.
Right.
But I think the bit about, I think proving it to have been an accident would require having shown the body to have been moved, which then would indicate, which would raise additional questions about why somebody would move the body, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So,
shall we play Wordle?
Let's go for it.
Oh, Kirak 2011. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I live in Georgia.
Yeah. Let's play Wordle.
Yes.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Honestly, I don't know if we have permitless carry or not. It's not an issue for me, but it would not surprise me if that were the case. All right.
Wouldn't surprise me either if they have.
Let's go for it.
All right. This is today's Wordle. What would you say, Dana?
I'm gonna introduce Wordle this time because.
Oh, please go ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna play Wordle. I don't actually see it, I just guess. And based on sort of what Steve says has showed up. And also I am watching the chat. So I mean, based on that. If you have played today's Wordle, don't give it away. Okay, no hints, no clues, no nothing.
Yeah.
But if you haven't played it, please give us your suggestions. We'll start off with Heart and Lions. Let's go for it, Steve.
All right. Let's try Heart first. Heart. And that gives us an H and a T, both in the wrong place.
So what if it's TH blank, blank, blank? All right, but no vowels yet.
It could be. No vowels yet. No E,
Lions.
A, or R. Okay, Lions. Lions. Oof. Lions gives us nothing. So we know there's an H and a T, but the H ain't the first one and the T ain't the last one.
Okay, but it could be
It could be TH something, yes.
Well, I would guess with none of those vowels, I would guess THU would be a. Wait.
Yeah, because there are no other vowels.
Well, it can't be rhythm because I was like TH and there's no Y there,
yeah.
But that's 6 letters.
That's too many letters, yeah.
Too many letters, plus it's got an R, no R.
Yeah.
So it can't be teeth. The Carrick has no E's. Can't be time because no E, but it could be thump would be one.
It could be thump.
Try that because M and P are both relatively common consonants, and
all right,
and thumb with a B could work.
That's true. If it.
Wait. No, wait, we didn't try that. Let's try thumb with a B because then that will help us with thump or butch. And
okay.
Yeah, because the B will give us that.
Oh, that's it could be.
If it's not thumb, but we have THUM, then it's probably thump.
Then it's thump. All right, so let's try thumb. It's not thumb, but it is THUM something.
Gee willikers. What do you think we should guess next? Let's go for it.
Thump. And it's thump.
Yay! Good job for us.
Rest in peace, junkyard dog.
All right. So I thought for the end of the show, I could take the wig off and take my hair down to show sort of how I did it.
There you go. Well, look at this. Perfect. You will spontaneously sprout a great mane of hair.
So, okay, 255 age, you mean that this version of Murder on the Orient Express presents it that way? Because I don't remember that from the book. Because I mean, I don't want to say he did it a lot, but there were a number of times. All right, so
when you take the wig off, can you scream like you're having your hair like ripped out of your head?
I guess I can, but I don't.
Can you go like ah?
Well, now I don't need to because you have given such an impressive performance.
All right, fine.
I wouldn't want to upstage you. All right.
No, of course not. Not you.
All right. That is. Do I have any? I think it's just those are the only pins. There might be one up here. Is that it? That's a bobby pin. All right.
And Kara, yes, we are watching 9 to 5 on Friday. Yes.
Woohoo! So looking forward to that. Did I have another bobby pin back here? That might be.
It's hanging on something.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. There was one more bobby pin. I'd forgotten how many. So yeah, this is all my hair. So now I just.
Huzzah!
Now I have these. I like these a lot. Those are super cool.
And such simple technology too. Just little bent clips. Pieces of metal, curved little.
Well, a little bit, and then also they're held together. I don't know if the camera can get it. There's like a little grommet that sort of holds them together as well. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty key nifty. And there's a lot of these.
Well, you have a lot of hair to keep in place.
Well, also,
I love the ants. You know that's not so though. You know, I mean, I've taken it off a couple of times. There are no long flowing locks, nor would there be. By the way, I would not have my hair that long. I don't like it like that.
I do like putting my hair up, and the other thing is, I rolled it a little bit, like I twisted the underparts, so that because I knew I wanted to take it down and sort of show because I've done this for theater before. And so, like, you know, when a show's over, if you want to go out and grab something to eat, you don't want to have to like completely redo your hair, and you don't want it sticking out all over the place. So here we go. Okay, so here are my two ponytails, but they're still up a little bit. Okay, do I have another? Okay, so now that's the barrette, and then that lets them flip out a little bit. Oh, wait, I feel like there might be another clip there someplace. That one's clipped there. Go. And I have these.
Huzzah!
And so it still looks kind of cute, just with the ponytails and stuff. But if I still want to, I can pull those out. I like having my hair up. But normally I don't put this much work into putting it up. I just like
you just kind of wrap it and,
roundy, clip, and there we go. And it's done. It might take as much as 30 seconds. Steve, I think you do cut your own hair, don't you?
I do, yeah. I have clippers with like the the attachments to make it a certain length.
How do you do the back? You just like
yeah.
You just reach around and go for it?
I just give myself a reach around, yeah.
That scared me. Of course, it was my first time. I didn't want to like, cut off part of my head or something. Okay. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. All done. Oh.
Do you feel a little bit relieved to have it all
a little bit
free again?
It gets sometimes it'll pull in places a little bit. If there's a clip pulling, I tried to make sure that it wouldn't do that. So
255 AD says, you know what you and Jason didn't acknowledge? Jason almost predicted the wording Geordi would use when the D was revealed perfectly. I don't think either one of us remembered. I know we predicted, broadly speaking, what would happen. Although, as I say in our episode 9 review, I was wrong because I predicted it wouldn't happen until episode 10, but they did it in episode 9. But I don't remember I don't remember the exact wording that Geordi says now. I just don't remember that much about it. I'm just,
You've blocked it out of your mind.
I just didn't remember it because I didn't think it was important.
For that. That's a lot of pins. And still awake.
Yeah. 255 AD, I don't need to go back and do that. And I'm not going to. I will not be rewatching any episodes of Picard anytime soon, unless I need to, like, as research for a video. Actually, I'm doing.
And you're probably not going to do if a video requires rewatching Picard. Making that video is going to go down on your list.
I was just going to say, in the next few weeks, I think I have it scheduled for sometime early next month, but I'm going to do like a video about, like, sort of reviewing the entire season, the entire last season of Picard. Just me, not without Jason. So it's a little more, instead of just the two of us giving our reactions right after we watch it, I'm actually going to sit down and write like a proper video about it, about the whole season. I don't know if I'm going to have to rewatch any of it or not. But if I find that I do, I will. But unless it's for something like that, like, I have no plans to rewatch any of it for entertainment purposes, because I didn't find it very entertaining, except for episode 4. Episode 4, I keep saying episode 4 was very good. But why would I rewatch episode 4 when I could watch any number of season 1 Strange New Worlds episodes, all of which are better than episode 4 of season 3 of Picard?
I don't know.
Yeah. So,
shall we call it an evening?
Let's call it an evening, shall we? So first of all, don't forget the Relay for Life link in the description. And yes, charitylinks.page.
Although the American Cancer Society is a very fine thing to support, it is not the only organization or person who could use our help.
Indeed.
So, charitylinks.page in the description. Super helpful for people. It is regularly curated by a friend of ours. Super helpful for people who could use some support.
And also don't forget. This Friday. Just like we did a little while back with Galaxy Quest, where we did a special watch along for a movie, we're doing it again this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern on this channel, where we will be doing a watch along of 9 to 5. So find yourself a copy of 9 to 5 that you can watch along with us, and we will be watching 9 to 5 in the day after tomorrow.
Woohoo! Is it streaming anywhere? Where is it? Where do we find it?
It's on. I think you told me actually that it's on HBO Max.
Oh, I guess I looked it up at some point. I've already forgotten.
Yeah, and I mean, so find it anywhere you need to find it. Everybody, you have 2 days.
Google that.
Kirok 2011 says, friendly recommendation that we should do a Patreon special of Little Green Men, because that is one of the episodes of Deep Space Nine that I skipped this season, and I know a lot of people like Little Green Men, and so do I. But we'll think about it. I'll see if I can. We will take it under advisement. Yeah.
Well, I got to work Friday during the day too, so yeah. Let's see. What's this Friday? This Friday, oh yeah, it's gonna be a adjusted schedule. Man, Fridays for the rest of the year are gonna be wonky. Like, we got all kinds of things. There's like a volleyball tournament. This Friday is a movie day for students who have paid off, who don't have any fees that they owe. Like if they lost a library book or had
Mm.
a uniform fee or something like that.
Right.
We get to watch a movie in the afternoon. That changes up the schedule, and then the following Friday is the senior field trip, so I'm gonna have to write sub plans for that. And then there's state testing, and then oh gosh, yeah, gracious.
Well, this Friday after school, we're watching
Yes.
9 to 5. And next week on Wednesday, we're back to Deep Space Nine. We will be watching the episode Our Man Bashir, which is my pick for the best holodeck episode in all of Star Trek.
In all of Star Trek.
I love it. It's my favorite holodeck episode. And I think I told you about it before. One of the things I like about it is it's yet another excuse to have most of the cast just overact their asses off.
I am looking forward to that already.
That is always a
Overacting
good
is
time.
just so much fun.
It sure is. So that's next week, starting at 6 Eastern. And then in 2 weeks, we're back to Poirot. And the next Poirot that we are watching is The Dream.
Ooh, that doesn't give me enough to go on. I'm not familiar with the story by that. It's certainly not a novel by that name.
I'm just reading the next episode title on the playlist. So we'll see you Friday for 9 to 5, and we'll see you next Wednesday for Our Man Bashir.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Have a good night.
Fun.
We'll see you on Friday. Bye.